In this terrifying picture that looks innocent, because you can't really see what's wrong with it yet. You see this black Tesla, it was towed, and now it's in a lot with other towed cars. But the workers around smelled this very, very foul smell that was coming from this Tesla. This smell was so strong that they had to see what was inside of the trunk. The police got involved, and they seen what was inside of the trunk. It was a body that was completely decomposed. So bad to the point you couldn't tell who this was. So immediately, investigators got to work. They had to see who this car belongs to, and it belongs to the famous singer that we all know, David. Now, I said that we all know because he blew up and he went crazy viral, especially if you're on TikTok.
In the back of my mind.
His song went extremely viral and it was going all around. People was loving it. I was literally laying in my bed, scrolling on TikTok, and then I get the news. A body found in a car that belongs to a popular singer named David. I'm like, it ain't no way he like this. It's no way. But then everybody said, you know what, this car could be stolen. He claimed that he don't have anything to do with this body, but it's his car, and he's on tour right now. He's singing his heart out. He's performing to his fans. The fans is loving him right now, so it's no way that that could have happened, that he done it. But things get weird. Very strange. As you know, I didn't tell y'all who the victim was inside of the car yet. The reason why I did not, which of course some of you already know because the information came out, but the reason why I did not was because before we all knew who the victim was, they had this person on Reddit that posted this when the news came out. Remember, we don't know the victim. No names, no pictures, nothing has been out yet. This person on Reddit says, this guy is a weirdo. He's talking about David. Because there was a back and forth conversation going on of them talking about David. Our close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year. And this who she is with. We think her sister is pimping her out. She's in the 7th grade at the time. LAPD sweeped his place in the hills. I'm terrified. That's who is in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names as she is still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore. And as you can see, this person from Reddit is saying, hey, this David guy, he's weird. He was with her before she even went missing. This location that this person is talking about is in California. Long behold, when the news finally say who this person was that was in that car, it was a girl from the same area in California of the time when David was with her. Now the theory goes because proven until guilty. So everything is alleged. Let's hope this is all just a coincidence, but this is crazy. It's almost looking way too bad for David. It goes, well, her and David, they had this relationship. During the midst of them having this relationship, they decided to get matching tattoos because they both got the SHHH on their fingers. This is a very popular tattoo, by the way. A lot of celebrities, a lot of people get it. So now David and his girl Celeste, they both have the same tattoo. And the reason why we know about this tattoo is because this was one of the major key factors on how the police was able to see who she actually was. Her identity.
One thing that stood out, it said she had a distinct tattoo on her index finger.
Because the mother basically confirmed, yes, my daughter had the SHHH on her finger. Now people saying, yes, this just cute tattoo, it's not a big deal, but also it could have been hidden message saying, shh. Between me and you, we have to keep this low key. We have to keep this quiet. We don't want nobody to know what we got going on. There are some people digging back way back on his tweets. Not way back, but 22 back. And people was like, who he was talking about when he put this tweet out. The tweet goes, when I was writing this, I got a notie from you. As you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. Remember that person from the Reddit? The person from the Reddit said that she had a sister because this Reddit person knew about Celeste before she even came to light. But back to the tweet. When I was writing this, I got a notie from you as you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. Take me where I belong, but our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it, bro. And he put this emoji with the heart. So people think he was talking about and tweeting about Celeste around this time. Now, I don't know how people got these pictures, but in this phone call screenshot, you can see that it's Celeste and David on FaceTime together. This came out recently. The only thing is we don't know 100% certain if this is true or if someone trolling or messing with us, but these details are crazy. There's another photo. It's like an actual photo of him and Celeste. Now, I really can't tell in this photo if it's actually her, but it can be. We just don't know yet. But a lot of people saying it is. And if that's actually him with her, and that's what I mean, that this case gets really deep, dark, very confusing, but it have so many things going on behind the scenes with this case. online, people came out with this Discord chat. And David is saying, Celeste in here? Because they're in Discord. Then Celeste says, hi David, bark. Maybe that's some secret thing that they got going on where they bark like I show speak at each other. I don't know. But read the dates. Read the dates. 10/23 in the year of 2022. When I put that tweet out to y'all, what year that was? It was 2022. David! Just wait. It's only about to get way much more scarier. I'm telling you. There's two people talking in the Discord and it was talking about David. And this is their conversation. He has a girlfriend from Kylie. Billy says, pretty sure he's dating right now. Then this other person says, what? Then Kylie says, yeah, her name is Celeste. Now wait. This was before Celeste went missing. This was in 2024. Celeste went missing in 2024, the month of April the 5th. This Discord chat was in March the 28th. As we read the dates, there are more than likely Europeans because of how their dates are set. The dates are set different, and they also do military time there. I visit out the country a lot, and this is how it is set up. So I know that this is not in America, we can obviously tell, but they're tuned in to what's going on behind the scenes with David. If this is true, remember, we gotta wait till he gets proven guilty. So all of this is alleged. It's alleged for now. But then that's when somebody else came out and said, you know what? Let me spill some tea about this guy, David. He posted on his Instagram story. The user, his name is Chandel, ROTD. He says, not even a year ago, my homie told me that David, guy owed someone money in Lake Elsinore. Going back to that Reddit person that said Lake Elsinore. Who is this Reddit person? And they deleted it. They deleted this Reddit tweet. And I don't know why. But back to what he was saying. Now this girl is dead, missing from Elsinore? Weird. So he's basically saying that this guy, David, owed one of his friends money. And he came with proof. This was the pic bro showed me. I'm not capping. You can see a brown bag. David is looking at his phone. The only black guy with the pink and black beanie is David. And he's giving money to one of his friends. And the whole just of that is saying he's giving money to the friends so they can keep quiet about the whole situation between him and Celeste. I don't know if that guy is related to Celeste, maybe Celeste's friend. I don't know. But he is giving him money. As more days go on, the story just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Because we get to the most darkest thing about this case. The song that blew him up, Romantic Homicide, released on the day of Celeste's birthday. Damn, that's crazy. And me and her almost birthday twins. My birthday September 8th, hers September 7th. Sorry for your loss, sweetheart. No. David, this can't be. Stop, David, you're driving me insane. That wasn't the only song that he released on her birthday. It was another song 2 years ago called Rehab. And then he had this animation of this girl, they loving on each other, and then the next scene, he murders her. This was what I was told multiple times. Now we get into the music video. Like I said, theories and alleged until proven guilty. But in the music video, he mentioned that you died. I didn't even cry. When the song came out, of course, Celeste didn't die yet. But then he also says, wait. First, the girl in the music video, it's almost like it's Celeste, but just another type of girl that's older. You put them two together, same hairstyle, same skin tone, almost probably same ethnicity, but I don't know, I can't really say. But was it symbolizing Celeste? If it was, even scarier, because the girl in this music video dies in the end. But then one of the lyrics also says, I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't arrive. If we go back to the tweet in 2022, remember he said, but our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. You know, they was going through things is complicated. I don't know, maybe it's the age difference, probably is why their circumstances is not ideal, you know, because when she went missing, she was 1'3". When she was found, she was 1'5", meaning when she went missing, he was 18. When she was found, he was 20. So did they had a lot of bumps in the road where he was just sick of it all? And he had enough of it once he got his hands to her? Me editing. Now, because I didn't say this in a video, when he said in the back of my mind, I killed you and didn't even cry, it's like a premeditation.
Where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically.
He's thinking about doing it, and when he thought of doing that action, he didn't feel nothing. He didn't cry. If he did this nigga is insane. And I don't even say nigga in my videos. the first time I said that in the video. And then the lyrics that got everyone is when he says, and when people, you know what? I'm gonna get into that later. But the lyric, he says, in the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it. But it's true. At the bottom, I hate you. And in the video, the last scene, the girl in the dress, she's covered in a whole lot of red, and she's not alive no more, and he says, I hate you, before the video ends. This giving me that YNW Melly situation all over again. If you don't know, YNW Melly had this song called Murder on My Mind. Then he ended up having to turn himself in, going to jail. He's still in jail today, trying to be free. But it's like his song added up to the case, the situation of somebody dying and getting murdered, but not 100% proven, so he's still fighting the case. But it was a whole crazy situation. Y'all just don't want me to move on to the next story. I keep getting more stuff, and it's about to be 2 a.m. There's more pictures that just been released. You may have seen these pictures because it's the talk of the century right now. Everything is going viral that comes out. As you can see, there's the first picture is black and white, and you see this curly hair girl that's just like her, but she's covering her face. The next picture, her face is covered again. Her face just keep getting covered. Like, and I understand some girls are shy, but it's like, is he telling her to cover her face? Is she purposely covering her face? If it's her, but the real reason, we know why. Underage. So, the picture with the bag, let's compare her eyebrows. So in this photo of her, clear photo, this is her eyebrows. Let's compare her eyebrows in this picture. Does it look alike? Man, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Now, one last thing that we have to get into. Y'all know that I get deep. I get enough. In the beginning of this case, this whole situation, when they found this car, I told you that he was performing on stage. He was touring. It's no way that he could have done it. Well, it could have all just been a lullaby for him. Well, I'm on tour. I'm touring. It's no way that I have anything to do with that. Well, investigators, I know for a fact they now have CCTV footage to see who was last in the Tesla. Tesla itself also have working cameras that's always active. So dealing with CCTV footage, which I didn't even jump into yet because of course nothing was released, they have some crazy stuff. We just don't know it yet. Every time I'm about to wrap it up, I'm getting more information. Apparently, now I don't know how this song came out, but he had an unreleased song called Oh Celeste.
Oh Celeste, oh Celeste, I love you.
Oh Celeste. I don't know if this is AI or not. If this And if this was all just a coincidence and David is cleared, damn. Like big damn. The biggest coincidence I've ever seen in my life type of damn. Because y'all just seen how deep that I just got. At first we all just thought, okay, somebody stole David's car, committed a murder, and that was that. Hell no. There's just no way he ruined his life like this. It's no way. September is crazy. The day they found the body in the car was my birthday day. September 8th. What's going on lately? September is the craziest month of 2025, hands down around. But if you go on David's YouTube channel and you scroll way at the bottom, you see a song that's called Runaway. You know, the mom came out saying that her daughter ran away when she reported her as missing. What is going on? If David is actually tied to this girl Celeste, like no joke, he's for real successful because of her. I don't know if this on some I don't even want to say it, but it's like, what's going on? This is weird. Way in 2021, run away. Just what? And of course, the picture is a girl running away. The reason why I say she's the reason why he's successful is because I don't know if they tied together. If they tied together, no innocent until proven guilty. It's like he wanted to put himself in his dark hole and mess with his head just so he can make the best type of music. Because he got the voice. He can actually really sing. He can actually really come together and make a real good song. And it's almost like he needed to feel the love for real, or feel the pain for real. What I'm about to say is about to be a little bit dark conspiracy theory, but it's almost like if they tied together and he really didn't love her, he did this to make the best type of music. All of it. He got like 5 songs on her birthday. He did a mini album on her birthday. And of course, y'all seen all of the other coincidences. Y'all seen all of the other coincidentals. It's just crazy. And that's why I say, if he's innocent, this is the biggest coincidental we ever seen in our life. Your first video, Runaway, is insane. Snacks! GGYS for all of the new supporters that came to the channel. We've been getting a lot of y'all that's new, so welcome. You know we have this thing called GGYS, go get your snacks, do it every video, whether it's food, dinner, or dessert. And it's a whole different selection of y'all when it comes to my videos. Either some of you fall asleep to me, I cure insomnia, put me on the radio, do chores to me, or just watch me. With that being said, thank y'all for watching. Shout out to Correct's Kitchen.
Ooh, you jealous, you jealous.
This is a crazy video. GGYS, go get your snacks.
I just started off in your world.
Now in this picture, these creepy. In this picture, these two sisters were having a good time until they decided to go to Thailand on an island. Their life would change forever. They booked this hotel room. You can see the investigators took this picture here. When they booked this hotel room, the workers, the housekeepers, no one seen anyone come in or out that room for 3 days straight. One of the housekeepers decided to knock on the door and listen to see if anyone would come. The housekeeper heard nothing. So this time the housekeeper knocks again and says, "Housekeeping." Because, like I said, it's been 3 days of nothing from that room. And they know that they have to clean this room. It's mandatory. Once the housekeeper says housekeeping, she hears nothing again. She said, you know what, I'm gonna knock one more time. If not, I'll just get my card and I'll just have to unlock the door myself. She knocks, she says housekeeping, no one comes to the door. So she said, you know what, let me just get out my card. She gets it, she opens the door, and when she goes inside of this room, she screams immediately. She doesn't even want to clean, nothing. She calls 911, the police get involved, the detectives get there, and what they seen, they knew something was off. Well, both of these sisters was laying on the bed. When they was laying on the bed, they was comfortably laying down on their backs, but it was puke, vomit everywhere around them. Vomit, 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 vomit. So at first the detectives is like, you know what, this has to be some type of alcohol poisoning. And of course the detectives wanted to know, was they with someone and what was going on last night? They were with someone. There's with these two guys who they met back in Vietnam, and these guys was actually really cool. They liked these guys a lot. It was a coincidence that these guys was also going to Thailand themselves. They decided to meet up and they went to this beach party that night. Now they had these buckets of drinks. It's these big buckets. It's like a cultural thing on this Thai island. Now remember, in the beginning when I said investigators decided to check this room and see what's wrong with the bodies of the girls, something was off. Well, it was because there was red all around their mouth. It was dried, and this is not really usual when it comes to alcohol poisoning. The investigator said to himself and other people around, this is something that we don't see when somebody is laying lifeless of this. Now, of course, they're doing an autopsy on the body to see what actually really happened, but that's going to take some time. So this brings us back to when it was on this beach party, because they had to figure out what happened before it got to this point. But we'll get to that beach party soon, and those big buckets really soon. But first, the detectives noticed something on CCTV footage. They noticed one of the sisters came back with a guy. Remember, it's the guys from Vietnam. But the detectives, first time seeing this, they had no clue about this and if they even really knew these guys for real. So on the CCTV footage, 1 a.m. she sees one sister comes back with another guy. 3 hours later, she sees another sister comes back with another guy. The investigators wanted to find these two guys immediately because y'all was the last ones with the sisters. There was a problem. They found out that they was Brazilian, and these Brazilians already flew to their country back to where they live. Gone. Out of there, for the ones who couldn't understand that. This was going to be a problem to try to get an interview from these guys because they're so far away. And yes, the autopsy, these investigators are waiting for that. Be patient, it's coming. We're gonna know the results. Meanwhile, they're trying to get this interview with these guys, and they ended up getting these interviews with these guys, and they had this to say. Investigators was like, well, you two was the last ones with these girls, so tell us what happened that night. What were y'all doing? Where was y'all at? What did y'all consume? What happened before they died? They died? Or like, we met these girls back at Vietnam and we just ended up being on the same island as them. Really cool, really great girls. But why did you fly immediately after back to Brazil? Well, no, you gotta understand, these tickets was booked early on. It was just a big coincidence. And the investigators was looking at these guys talk, and they genuinely looked concerned, worried, and they looked like they really didn't do it. Well, you have to tell us something and tell us what happened when you was with them on this Thai island. Okay. When we was on this island, we decided to go to the beach party, and we went to beach bars. We had ate food, we had drunk these drinks out of this big bucket, and we just had a good time for a long time that night. And then we went back to the hotels. We did feel really sick. We was really sick, vomiting. We didn't really know why though, but we was all sick, even the girls, and it was a horrible time. But me and my brother, we felt good enough to where we can just leave and go back to our home country, Brazil. The investigators spared these guys because they said they were sick. The girls were sick, they were sick. Maybe they consumed something that had them feeling this way. So of course, the autopsy didn't come yet, but the investigators is thinking food poison. What in Thailand that people eat a lot that's really known for giving the tourists sick at times? And they thought of pufferfish. A lot of people who eat the pufferfish get sick and food poison, or maybe it was some seafood like sushi. Maybe they got sick and food poison. But when the autopsy finally came, they noticed that it wasn't food poison at all. This led detectives back to what was being consumed a lot on this beach, and it was these big buckets of drinks. Back to the beach with the big buckets of drink. Now these drinks, the sisters did consume a lot of these drinks, multiple, and these buckets are huge. I know you worrying about, is there alcohol in these drinks since they're consuming these big buckets? No, there is not. So what's in these buckets? Well, it's drinks like Coke and other sodas, and they mix it together. It's a real tasty drink. Because when these girls drunk it, they did say, because it was confirmed to the guys, the Brazilians, they did say that it tastes good, like really, really good. The Brazilian men can confirm that this drink tastes really good, but what's inside the drinks is what makes it somewhat dangerous, a lot of dangerous. Narcotics, like I said, different types of sodas, cough syrup, and pesticide, mosquito repellent pesticide. Everywhere on earth does not do this except for this place in Thailand on this island. The only place on earth that does this with these buckets and put these types of ingredients there. It's well known, it's very popular, but the investigators is like, okay, if they were supposedly to die to this, how come no one else that night was unalive from this? Was it because they consumed too much of it? And that's what the investigators was thinking, like, okay, the sisters consumed way too much of them pesticides that was inside of the drink, and this is why they were sadly unalived. Yes, in the autopsy, the pesticides is there, but since a lot of other people was not deleted around the area that drunk a lot of these drinks, something had to be off. The investigators just didn't know it yet. Side note, I travel a lot. I've been to over 12 countries at this point. If you do travel, or even in America, me personally, I don't take drinks from strangers because I know and I understand that people love to put in their drinks and drink it. Our bodies react different to certain drugs or liquids that people like to put in their drinks, and if you're allergic, good luck. So when I go to these countries and I go to these events and I'm having a good time, I always meet people and I can never escape it. But when I meet these people, they always offer their drinks to me, which is a sweet thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just don't want your drink because I don't know you and I don't know if you put anything inside of there. I just rather go and see how my drink is made or get the basic drinks that I know that works. Is it paranoia? Probably. But I just don't want to wake up not being able to feel my body and with regret. Y'all gotta understand, when I was in Taiwan, I've been to a situation that's similar to them. Not like that, but like me going into an event, having fun. There's drinks all around, but I don't know what's inside the drink. I'm asking my friends that I came with what's inside the drink. They don't know. I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna stick to something else like water or maybe some other type of alcohol beverage that I know of. It's just being safe. I'm a solo traveler. I'm thousands of miles away from everybody who I really know here in America. I have to be 10 times safer. It's no calling for help immediately if I can't walk or talk or if I just black out. Is these friends that I just met recently really gonna help me? I don't know. And if they do and they bring me to the hospital, is the hospital gonna be a good hospital where they're gonna be able to treat me well? Don't know. All of these things come into factor that I just don't want to find out. But back to these girls. Now here's the thing. How these girls actually died is terrifying because it wasn't from the drinks. It wasn't from the pesticides. It wasn't from any of that. The family got this information late about their daughters being deleted, by the way. They only found out from the news. Here's how they actually passed away. When these girls actually arrived to Thailand, and it was in that hotel room, and when they laid down, this hotel actually have a really stupid way of cleaning the beds. They use another type of pesticide. It's called phosphine gas. They spread all on the beds, which gets the bed really clean, kill all of the bugs, all of the bed bugs. It does everything that it needs to do, but it's very toxic to me and you. Humans, our bodies don't like it at all. Do y'all see the bumps on my arm right now? Do y'all see that? Me looking at them bed bugs got me itching. I'm itching while I'm editing. Like, I couldn't imagine. Look at my arms. Bed bugs is just, Numerous people in Thailand died from this. numerous. Yes, this is illegal, but they do it because they want their appearance, their aesthetic, like a lot of these hotels be doing. But because this is just not in Thailand, other places around the world does this. Because the appearance and the aesthetic and the way how they want to seem and be is way more important than our lives. So the real reason why the two Brazilian men and the sisters were sick is because when they laid in those beds, pesticides just absorbing their skin, going through the skin, they breathed it in. Then they started vomiting and vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. To the point where some of them is vomiting up red. The problem about this gas though, this phosphine gas, this pesticide, is that it goes away from your system once you try to detect it. So when they did the autopsy, they couldn't find this certain pesticide inside of their body. It was gone. And like I was saying in the middle of this story, some people's bodies react different to certain things. The men was able to survive this, but they were sick as fuck. The girls wasn't. When they lay in bed, think about you putting pasta noodles or meatballs in marinara sauce. It just sit there and it marinates. That's your skin when you lay in the bed. These chemicals should just basically marinate you eventually until your body can't take it no more. Now, I do want you to know, even though this happens some places around the world, people passing away from this is rare. It doesn't happen as much, but it happened enough to where it's like, okay, I at least need to be aware, because there's like 20 cases of this in Thailand on that island where those girls went. If you do go in a hotel and you feel sick and you truly don't know why, no food, you know it's not that. No drink, you know it's not that. Maybe just book another room. But remember, it's rare. It's just so happened if you one of the people to come across this rare situation. I did have to look it up, look deep into it. They say you can wipe the bed with like a cloth, one of those wet damp cloths, and see if it's oily, see if it's grayish, see if it has a chemical smell, see if it has a color if you wipe it. And if it does, more than likely they sprayed chemicals on it. And a lot of the time, it doesn't be this gas that the girls passed away from. It be things like roach spray and spray for the little bugs and spiders, but a lot of people are allergic. Some has allergies, some it just irritates their skin, throat, and it may bother you through the night, but this could be one of the reasons why. But if it's a toxic chemical gas and you're throwing up and you're feeling like nothing is really making you feel this way, but you don't know why you feeling this way, get out of there. Get up out of there. In this terrifying looking photo, you have a man looking directly at the camera. This was a post on Craigslist. He posted this ad trying to get a full female band together. Just females, no men. He don't want you. He want the women. Guessing his age in his photo, how old do you think he is? Whatever you're thinking. But he only want the ages 18 through 21. Because at the bottom of this photo, he decided to put this sentence. If you play the guitar, bass drums, or even if you don't, and you just want to, email all girl punk band for me. Looking for girls between the age of 18 through 21 who aren't afraid of older rocker dudes telling them what to do. Then he posted this other photo, I guess, of him not looking so serious, him looking playful, goofy, maybe even cute, hopefully in his head to some of you women. And a lot of people was questioning, saying that why is it an age limit? Why can't older women come out and participate in building this group with the girls? But he decided to post another ad. Apparently this one, you can see a bunch of photos of guitars, and those guitars, they do honestly look really good, but behind those guitars it was pretty dirty, junky, just things everywhere, which was also throwing people off. People was looking at every detail that they didn't like, just because that first photo just creeped them the hell out. He decided to post another photo. Wasn't over yet. He posted his foot bandaged up with the guitar in front of it. I don't really know why he did it. Very pointless post. But I do want to know, from all of these photos, all four, if you combine all of them, what are you really getting from this photo? Well, photos with the S. What are you getting from these photos? And did you think he was going to do something if he was able to put this band together? I don't know if he ever did, but what you think he would have done? In this photo, her face is blurred, but online on Craigslist, she ended up seeing this from some random guy that decided to post this as an ad for you females to see. Maybe one of you might be interested. I'm gonna read it to you though. Kind of creepy. Free room share, flat share for female. North London. I am offering rent-free accommodation in my flat. In Europe, they call apartments flats. We don't do that in America, but I just wanted to let you Americans know when they say flat apartment. In Enfield, lock for a girl. I am a kind, friendly, and considerate 26-year-old guy. The flat has a double bedroom, living room, bathroom, and kitchen with the new fridge, freezer, cooker, and washing machine. There's also a storeroom as well. I would accept a relationship in lieu, don't know how to spell that, say that, well, I don't know how to say that, of rent. I am being completely honest and upfront about my intentions. If you are interested, please send me an email with information about yourself, age, height, nationality, occupation, etc. And at least 2 clear photos of yourself. Provide a private email or telephone number as well. Okay, this 26-year-old guy looking for a female to have a relationship with if you decide to become his roommate. He said he's making his intentions clear, but in his ad he didn't show his face. He wants you to show your face though. Basically, you're not going to be his roommate. You're gonna be his boyfriend, and there's nothing you can do about it if you decide to step foot in his place. If you don't, and you in his place, and you don't do what he say, no telling what he might do to you. That's why you don't do random roommates with strangers. But he did say he's making his intentions clear, so whatever woman decides to go, good luck. Also, people do this a lot. There was a 28-year-old who decided to post an ad looking for a female. He said, sofa or bed to offer in return a female company. Wood green, sand location. I'm a 28-year-old male, English mixed race. I have a largest house where I can accommodate if you need somewhere to sleep in a nice warm house. I can offer you my sofa or my bed. His bed, not the guest rooms, his bed. Interesting. Let's keep going. Accommodation, just need help with cooking, cleaning. It's a good location in North London, Wood Green, next to the 2. Girls only. Must be sexy and open-minded. Anthony. And as you can see, we have another guy who's not showing his face on this ad, but he wants you to be really sexy. He wants you to be open-minded. We all know what he really trying to say for this. He wants you to him and maybe do his kinks and fetishes and things of that nature. You have no type of idea what kind of guy you're dealing with, though. You might decide to still go in his place, be the roommate. But if he becomes obsessed with you and you had enough of him, well, that can go left. Because they're not desperate for a roommate. No. Remember, they're nitpicking. They're looking for a specific roommate. Because she must be sexy, she gotta be open-minded, gotta be female only, gotta cook, gotta clean. I really do want to find a girl that had a bad experience with a roommate guy. I'm gonna do my research and try to find a story of that, because I really want to know what went down when she decided to go in a stranger's person's house as roommates. I want to know what happened, and I'm gonna get those stories for y'all because we gotta know. In this photo, this is Brian. What he did was disturbing. So look, he decided to look for people that's under the age of 18 to do things with. You already know what type of things I'm talking about. I don't have to go into detail. Anyways, he would post ads up on Craigslist. He didn't know he was being investigated though, at all. And the investigator seen this post from him. This is what this guy decided to put up on the ad. Babysitting services, Feet Mayors. 31-year-old male, long experience in babysitting since 14 years old, responsible, caring parent. I babysit in the Fort Myers area. I can come to your house, or you can drop your kids off at my house, whichever you are more comfortable with. I prefer long shifts. I can watch kids overnight. I am professionally trained and licensed in CPR. My rate is $25 an hour. This is negotiable, but keep in mind, you are getting top quality care for your money. Do not contact me with unsolicited services or offers. In that paragraph, you really can't tell that he's into something suspicious. The investigators couldn't tell. They just thought, people just thought, okay, there's this 31-year-old male who's offering to babysit. Cool. Investigators was like, no, he's looking for these people that's under the age of 18 to do things with. We just have to catch him. So the investigators decided to pose as a father, and they decide to have someone to be the daughter for the father to catch Brian. By them doing this, they didn't find out that this guy actually wanted to have sex with these individuals, and they arrested him. So in this photo of the picture that you've seen, it's a farm. The thing is, he posted this picture up. Yes, this guy right here who you're seeing, this picture was taken in court because he's in jail. If you see this picture of this farm as an ad, and you actually go to this farm, responding to it, and emailing him saying that you would love to earn money going to his farm to work there, you would die. Because this man will murder you. There's this older man, he had glasses, a gray mustache, and he decided to go after the email. They came to agreement that he can work for the farm. Well, this creep decided to pull out his gun and shoot him, ending his life. Then there was another man that responded to this picture of the farm, the ad. He goes to this farm, thinking he's gonna work, thinking he's gonna have a good time, earn his money, do what he needs to do. He gets shot and unalive. Another man with this thick mustache, he decided to go as well, and just like the other two guys, the same thing happened to him and he lost his life. Then there was a younger guy, 19 years old. He was the lucky one though. When he went, the bullet hit him in the arm, helping him escape this creep. And after some time passed, he was charged with murder. This was a really big case. Most of you might know about it and actually know the deep details about this case because it gets really deep. That guy was a maniac, a true maniac. This is a disturbing screenshot from a video. As you can see, it's multiple cop cars there, and in the back of this police car it says Tulsa. Someone was just murdered, but they couldn't figure out who the actual killer was. But then somebody decided to post this, and this what made the whole situation weird, strange, and just creepy. This was around the same time that the murder happened, and this anonymous person says Tulsa murder. Remember, the cop car's back car said Tulsa or Tulsa. I don't know how you say that word, but I was wanting to thank Tulsa for letting me have my first kill. It all started here, so I was thinking it should be also my first. I was nervous as hell, but I will get over it. It was a stranger on stranger. Police will have a difficult time. It will not be my last though. Thinking about going to OKC for the next. To the people who started it all, Julie Free, Doc, Judge, Glasgow. I don't really know what that last sentence meant, but coincidentally, just all a coincidence I guess. If this person wasn't lying, I don't know if this person was caught. Like I said, anonymous. We don't know who that person was. But remember, he said he was gonna go to OKC to maybe get another murder. Couple days later, another murder happens in OKC after this post took place. Was it a coincidence, or did this anonymous person ended up doing it? But you remember how he just said stranger to stranger? He just committed a murder. Let's just say if he did, he committed a murder for absolutely no reason. It's always crazy to me how people just murder but no reason. It's just like, I felt like it, or the voices in my head was telling me to, or just like craziness. You could just be living your life in this. Which gets me to this next story. In this picture, you can see a photo of a Panera bread bag. He door dashed it. And on Snap, he said, my bag came like this. Did you think this person was eating my food? And when I seen this, I'm like, yes, this person definitely went through your food. Like, a lot of the times, bags do come with the stickers, but you can kind of tell if somebody's peeled the sticker open to dig through your food. It comes with staples. I'd rather the staples. I think every store should staple the bag. But then the next post was like, I'm not eating this shit. What a waste. And the reason why is because he just felt like he might have got poison if he was going to eat it, or this person had his hands just digging all through the food. Just that thought had this person not being able to eat. And then I had this thought. I'm like, anyone can DoorDash, anyone can Uber Eats, anyone can do these food deliveries. Remember how I was saying someone could just murder for absolute no reason? Now, I'm not trying to put fear in nobody's hearts. We love DoorDash, we love Uber Eats. I had it today. Chick-fil-A. But it only takes the wrong person to maybe put something in your drink or do something to your food to just f you completely up. As scary as that sounds. Because when he posted that Snap, that's what it made me think about. I'm like, damn, just do your job. Stop going through people's food. Stop it. Anyways, just stay safe. Me editing here in the dark again, but I'm closing this video up in a weird way right now. But y'all, stay safe. Because your life could just change quickly. Like, you can just meet somebody, everything could be going fine, and then you meet this person, and then your life is just flipped upside down. It's over. I know you don't know me, and I don't know you, but I do love you. I am going to pray for you tonight. I pray for you at times. I don't know what God you believe in, but I do believe in the Bible. And, I don't just pray for myself, pray for you. But yeah, take care. Stay safe. Read the Bible. Get some little piece of information here and there every day, and stay strong. Don't come to God through bad times. Just bad times. Through all times. It'll change your life.
If you really wanna fuck with me, maybe you should come try and see.